Welcome to another episode of this series. Today with Jasper Bertels, the landscape finance specialist at Commonland. And we're going to talk about returns at a landscape scale. How do you even begin to measure them and how do you even begin to calculate them?
Actually, I only started working with soil about a year ago at Commonland. And to explain my route towards soil, maybe it's good to give some background. I worked for about 15 years in the financial sector. I started in investment banking, then I was a banking supervisor at the Dutch Central Bank, and the last couple of years I worked in venture capital. And at a certain point in time, I had a bit enough of that everything was about money and financial return. And I wanted to contribute something more tangible and real to the world. So it's not enough to only look at the value of generated cash flows or cash flows to be generated, but you should also take into account value related to returns which is not monetizable or not yet monetizable. Yes, so my view is when you really want to scale up landscape restoration initiatives around the world, you would need different types of funding, so blended financing. So that will mean that of course you need donors and government money to get things going and to fund the development cost for these kind of projects, which is very important, also to build pipeline, etc. And taking the more junior and more risky, let's say, part of also these investments and more early stage. And that will be needed, of course, for other private capital to flow in. We need to apply a social discount rate instead of a discount rate which is used for economic actors. And there's a difference. So the present value of cash flows will be higher when you apply a lower discount rate for those returns. I think this structure would also appeal to institutional investors with bigger ticket sizes, and the donors can take more of the junior capital to further mobilize the private capital needed. So I think this will be a high-level outline of what I would like to focus on and how I would structure that.